Question 1. As an alum of Holy Cross, what does it mean to have pride in your school?
Hi everybody, I am Michael Arvidas. I'm a 2004 graduate of Holy Cross. I also went to Holy Cross as a middle schooler all the way through. And so I guess when I look at Holy Cross and having pride in the school, one of the things that I always think of is that when you go to Holy Cross, you're a part of something bigger than yourself. And what I mean by that is you have 170 plus years of tradition and history. You have the Holy Cross Man, which is our school code, obviously, but you have a brotherhood that I think is the strength of our school. And I say that because, I think back to my post-Holy Cross life. When I got married, it was a bunch of guys I graduated with were in my wedding party, right? And so these are the people that I grew up with and the people that I'm still maintaining friendships with. Obviously, I came back to work here, so that gives me a large pride in the school. But I think most of all, you look at the history, you look at tradition, and I think those things are something to be prideful of. But really, as a current student, it's about what you make the school. If you want to make it something special, make it something special. If you want to have pride in a different aspect of it, whether it be your ability to perform music, your ability to, do well in school, or your ability to perform in the athletic field, it is completely up to you. There's so many avenues that Holy Cross does, and that's one of the things that makes Holy Cross a different type of place. We don't put square pegs in round holes. The school fits you, and so it allows you to become the best person you are.
Just trusting what the guys who came before you did and how the institution is respected, and knowing that living as a Holy Cross man is something important to you and to your teachers.
I would say that having pride definitely consists of, number one, you got to love where you came from. And part of that is when that carries over, you kind of see it translate to you ending up wanting to come to other school events. Especially as an alumni, you want to participate in that. And that's, I think, one of the big things that holds the school together is when you have pride in the institution. I think that carries over to, especially when guys graduate, they want to still be a part of it and still stay active in it. And hopefully that's a thing that continues from generation to generation to keep bringing some guys back. So,
Questions?
Well, it means to respect the institution, respect its traditions. It's been here longer than we have, and it'll continue to be here for generations to come.
Question 2. Why is it important to represent Holy Cross both on and off campus?
Well, I think you have to represent the school in your whole life. The idea of being a Holy Cross man doesn't end when you walk through the thresholds of the school doors. And I actually had a conversation with another alum about this a few weeks back, that Holy Cross in so many ways isn't the campus. It's not a building. Since our school's inception, we've had 3 different campuses. If you count during Katrina, we've had 5 different campuses that our school's been held on. And so with that being said, it's what's inside. It's in your heart. It's the moral lessons that you learn and take through your everyday life. And I think it's vital for us to bring that to the outside world. The world itself has countless people who are highly intelligent. It has countless people who are good at various other things. But having people who are of good character, of good heart, and of good mind is something that is extremely important in our current world.
The reputation of everyone who's preceded you, the reputation of the people that are going to come after you, your family, the Holy Cross family, teachers, students, especially you.
campus. That one is that's a huge one. I'd say you just never know who's watching you, especially the expression, it's a small world is really kind of an understatement as far as that goes, because you may think that your own world is what it is, but the reality is that because you're a student and you represent Holy Cross, it's much bigger than just yourself, and a lot of people know who you are regardless if you know who they are. So it's always important to be respectful regardless of the situation and setting you're in. So
I think I alluded to that in the last question, because you're part of something that's bigger than you. Many of us who are here are a legacy. Me and our parents were here, our fathers were here, our grandfathers were here, and our brothers will be here, our cousins, our sons, if we have them. So you're part of something bigger than you.
Question 3. As this year's seniors are starting to count down the days, what advice would you give them about finishing the year and after graduation?
So, as a senior, it's going to fly by. I talked to some of the guys that I traveled to DC with, and that was one of the things that they all talked about was they only had about 5.5 weeks left. You blink your eyes, it's going to be over. So just take it all in, soak it all in. Don't leave anything back. If there are events coming up like prom, don't be at home. Go to prom. Senior trip obviously, but just soak it all in. The reality of senior year, and it's a sad reality, is that the last time you see all of your classmates together is going to be that graduation. There will really never be another point where all of those guys are together in one spot. And so just soak it in, enjoy it, whether it be senior retreat, whether it be, doing an outline in Coach Sharp's class. These are things that may seem minute, but, you're going to miss them as you leave.
Appreciate it. Appreciate every day. Stay on top of all your work. Don't start slacking off now with the end in sight. Most importantly, to keep in touch with everyone that you graduate with.
I think I have 3 big tips for seniors because, not too long ago, I was in their shoes about 6 or 7 years ago. Roughly that, I was in their shoes in 2015. But being fresh out of, especially the college situation, I can tell them that, number 1, try to go to a place or try to aim to go to a college or university that's going to put you in the least amount of student debt if you can. If that's an issue, great. If not, take it for what it is. But number 2, do not ever forget where you came from, because a lot of people go off and they kind of forget. Maybe they forget a little bit of their roots, but don't forget your roots. These are your roots. Holy Cross is your roots. Your family is your roots. New Orleans is your roots. So don't forget about any of that. And then number 3, understand too, there's going to be times whenever you graduate where things are going to get tough, and you may be going through some adversity, but understand that no matter what, the sun always rises the next day. So take things day by day.
I enjoy every second of it. It goes fast, especially at this time of the year for seniors. I'd say take a minute, step back, and enjoy it.
Question 4. What advice would you give the younger students about their days at Holy Cross?
So, very similar to the seniors. They had a teacher when I was here, Tony Rohde, who would always he would host the freshman retreat, and he would always say, gentlemen, close your eyes and then open them, and you're going to be the leaders of the school. The reality is school seems like a long period of time, and it seems like it takes forever. But before you know it, you're in that upper class. And I think the other thing is, as a young student, whether it be an 8th grader, a middle school, or a freshman, sophomore, don't feel like you have to wait till your senior year to be involved and to be a school leader. That can come in all shapes and forms. And we've seen it this year with a number of underclassmen stepping up on the announcements every day. We've seen a lot of guys active who are in middle school, in high school. And I think it's just really important for you guys to seize the moment. It's your school, so make the most of it. Don't wait for it to happen to you. Be active.
Respect what's expected of you as a Holy Cross man. The institution has been here for a very long time, and you should appreciate that and what is being taught.
I would just say, we're talking about the primary guys?
About that.
So I think the biggest thing is, especially being as young as it is, the biggest thing is, number 1, don't blink, because it's going to fly by. I can tell you when I walked on campus as a 5th grader, what it was like was just before we had the campus we have now. We were in the trailers the first class to come on this campus, and I remember walking on campus for orientation in trailers, and I remember walking across the stage as a senior. So don't blink, and enjoy the finite moments in between, and do your best to bond to the brothers around you and keep them close to you.
Take advantage of everything that this place has to offer. Get involved. Join a club. Get involved with sports. Just take advantage of all of it.
Question 5. We now have students on our Paris Avenue campus in their 7th year at Holy Cross and have 7 more years ahead of them. What would you tell these young Tigers?
I mean, first off, that's crazy that you can take your entire school career now, because when I was at Holy Cross, it was just 5 through 12. Now, of course, we have pre-K through 12. And so that does change the dynamic a little bit. And for those guys, I think there is some responsibility, because in a lot of ways, you're stewards of the school. You've been in the culture for 7 years. You're going to have 7 more years of it. You just need to build upon past successes. And if there are things that you don't like, don't be afraid to change them. Holy Cross is a school that is mired in tradition, which is fantastic, but it's also a school that looks toward the future. And you're the future if you're in that group. If you have 7 years left, you're going to be here for close to a decade more. So you might as well shape it in the way that best suits you.
The best days are ahead of you.
All right.
Kind of referring to that last question, honestly. I mean, take it day by day, but also enjoy the little moments along the way. Each year also is a new experience. I think that's one of the things that a lot of people forget about. Each grade level is a new experience. It's a brand new year. It's a brand new grade level to go through. I think that's one of the things that always kept it refreshing for me was every time during the summer, I was actually excited to see what the year had to offer. So just embrace that, and you should be excited along the way too. Try and bond to the guys next to you left and right. So.
Well, same thing. You're part of something bigger than you. Take advantage of everything this place has to offer you. Get the most out of it as you can, and you won't be disappointed.